Sweet. All right. Today we're going to be building Commander Mustard. Soldiers you control have Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Nope. Yep, sorry. I was hearing myself on an echo. That was super distracting. Yeah. Soldiers you control have Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Pay 4 mana until end of turn. Soldiers you control gain. Whenever this creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to defending player. Looks pretty cool to me. 3 very good keywords when put together. And the ability to do some direct damage is very, very helpful. Only thing I'm concerned about is maybe the 5 mana. At least it's a 5/5 Vigilance for 5. But, the 5 can be a little expensive. But maybe it's the type of thing where you sort of play it like Aurelia where, these days with Aurelia, you do all of your setup, and then you cast her as the finisher. I could see the world in which kind of doing that with Commander Mustard the same thing might be true. So anyway, I've copied over a deck list here just so we don't have to copy all the lands. We're going to get rid of all the things we don't need. Probably don't need that. Probably don't need this. Sometimes it's always kind of good. That. Try to keep the waves. Brunor is a warrior. Nope. Warrior. I need to play Visions of Phyrexian more. Really cool card. Try to leave that in today. Settle the Wreckage, helpful. Return the Dust. The Wanderer could be good here. I might try to keep that. Man, Feast and Famine's so good. The question is, what kind of game are we getting into, right? If we're getting into a game that's kind of nasty, do you want a Feast and Famine? If we're getting into a chill game, Feast and Famine can be a little much. Let's see here. We'll get rid of Inspiring Statuary. I feel like Honor Worn Shaku might still be nice. Get rid of that. Cassandra is a warrior. Spear. I copied this over from a Cassandra list, I believe. Oh, Reaver Cleaver's pretty good, huh? Yeah, I should probably keep that one. Kellen is a fairy. Ether Grid. Try to keep that. Try to keep that. This is Human Artificer. It's really good, though. Might just keep that anyway. It's just, such a good card. Caduceus is interesting. We'll get rid of that for now. Jite, I think we'll be okay. Conqueror's Flail. Blackblade is just, man, if you're giving your other stuff Trample and Haste. We might keep a Blackblade. We might keep a Blackblade. What's this? Whenever a creature you can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control if you have the City's Blessing. Ooh, that seems good in a go-wide deck. I think this is going to be a good spot for Andral, so we'll keep that. I don't think we need that. Do we need a Pure Steel? I'm going to leave Pure Steel in for now. It'll probably get cut at some point, just depending on how many equipment are kind of left in this deck. Great Sword of Tyr is an interesting card, and this may actually be a reasonable deck for it because pumping your team up is good. Removing blockers is good. Great Sword does both on a budget. And, it's the type of thing that, unless I feel like Xeno has shot this on me, with a piece of spot removal, 9 times out of 10, people are not going to use spot removal on Greatsword. So that is a thing. How do we feel about Lost Jite for this one? Untap a land. Target creature can't block is interesting. +1/+1 counter on a creature. Maybe still a little underwhelming for my likes. I still think the best use of Lost Jite is with some broken land like Cabal Coffers or Gaia's Cradle, something like that. The other modes, they just don't get me that excited. Cool. What does that give us? 26 slots to work with? It's not bad. Not bad at all. Also, you got me with a Greatsword once? Yeah, Greatsword is weirdly nasty. Okay, fine. We'll cut the Pure Steel. Yeah, it's weirdly nasty. There is no such thing as a chill game, pub surfing and MTGO. Yeah, I know. So we'll probably keep that Feast and Famine in there. Uh, yeah, okay. Now we get into the fun part of building this thing. I'm going to bring up EDHREC on a different screen that you guys can't see. So, yeah, the question is, what do we need to add to this deck? Valiant Veteran is a top card. Yep, seems legit. Let's go get that. I'm going to turn this monitor toward myself a little bit. No, I guess that's as far as it goes. Valiant Veteran. I probably just sort of like imported a soldiers list, but this does give us like a lot of deck slots to work with, so we can potentially do some interesting things. Let's see. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. Yeah. We want that. Captain of the Watch, a classic. The fun part. Subtype soldier. Yep. Soldiers have always been an interesting tribe. You know, I've played them many times through the years, and they've always been like reasonable. Compared to like, so soldiers compared to knights. That was a comparison that I always like to make. Soldiers, even, you know, let's say, how long have I known this? Eighth year of this channel, by the way. Had the anniversary earlier this month, somewhere. I think it's like January 4th or 6th or 7th. 4th. Nope, 6th is the bad one. It's the 4th or the 7th, I can't remember. But yeah, 8 years of this channel. 8 years ago, 7 years ago, soldiers were, and they probably still are, just like, they had a better array of abilities as compared to knights. All the knights kind of do the same thing. It's like 2/2 first strike, and like, you know, you get some third ability, like either protection or exalted, or, you know, whatever the case is. It's not like a large range of abilities for knights. I don't know if that's gotten better in the past like 2 or 3 years, but that, for the longest time, that was the case. Where soldiers, you know, you had a couple hate bears, and you had, you know, Hero Bladehold, I think is a soldier. Oh, it's a knight that makes soldiers. Still good enough for me. Putting Hero Bladehold in this deck. Love Hero of Bladehold. Horn of Gondor. Trouble in pairs. Yep. Trouble in pairs. Probably going to be hard. I do recall soldiers having 1,000,000 4-drops, so that might be a thing to be concerned about. Horn of Gondor. Does that make soldiers? I forget what it makes. I haven't really used it that much. Create a 1/1 soldier. Make human soldier. Yep. That seems like a card we want. What's the other one? Let's get the other cards that I kind of think about. Chivalric Alliance. Get that card draw going. What's the other one? Horn of Greed. Is that it? Oops. Not green. No, that's the land one. What am I thinking of? It's either a mask or a horn that I'm thinking of. Horn of... It was in the Lord of the Rings set. And... Horn of the Mark. That's the one. Also, while we're here, Herald's Horn seems like it's a card we want. And while doing that, probably also want Oketra's Monument. Keeper of the Accord is a soldier. Love Keeper of the Accord. Let's go get ourselves a Keeper. Can't wait to way overload this 4-drop slot. Oh, apparently there's new art for Keeper of the Accord. We'll go with the original, though. Does this make? Does it make soldiers? No elementals. Yeah, we're going soldier tribal. Where's our commander? Where's the zoom? Why zoom out? Come on. There it goes. Other soldiers you control have vigilance, trample, and haste. And soldiers do 1 damage when they attack a player. Seems good to me. So, yeah, I think we're doing soldier tribal. Preeminent Captain. Cool card. Yeah, let's get that in there. Preeminent. Yeah, Horn makes human soldiers. Knights did hate Rakdos in the old days. Actually, oh man, it's got to be a way to have some fun with that. I've been meaning to do like colors matters deck for like a long time, where I don't know, you just like I wanted to run like all 4 of the paladin cards that tap to destroy a colored permanent, but I don't know, color manipulations like it's not the easiest thing to do in the game. There's some instances of it, but Vanquisher's Banner is a very good card. Get some Vanquisher's Banner. We'll throw this Vanquish the Horde in. We'll check our board wipes later on, but I feel like that could be very useful here. What's the other? What was I just thinking about? Shared Animosity, Tribal Finisher. Yes, please. The Soldier board wipe. What's Martial Coup? That the one we're thinking of? It does make soldiers. Let's see what else we got. Got a color. You have a color hoser deck? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to build that deck. I never got around to it. Okay. What else? I'm going to check over on EDH Rec again. Just make sure we get... Oh, yeah, we got to have... was it Daru War Chief? Or is it Daru? I can't read it. Field Marshal is a classic. Ooh, Angelic Field Marshal. Angelic Field Marshal's interesting. I guess, because, like... It gets +2/+2 and gives other creatures vigilance, but if our commander's in play, which is the requirement of this, we already get vigilance. So maybe, maybe we don't need the Angelic. First Strike is cool, though. So I was thinking about this as I was reading through the commander earlier. So because the fact you already have vigilance, trample, and haste, adding First Strike into that mix adds like another layer of power to that keyword. So I do think I want to have multiple sources of at least First Strike, if not Double Strike, in this deck, because I've talked about this a million times, but like First Strike by itself, I would consider the weakest evergreen keyword generally. But once you mix it with some of the other keywords, like mixing it with vigilance, mixing it with trample, makes it much, much nastier. And being that we have 3 keywords already with our commander, I do think that First Strike is going to do a lot of good stuff for us. What about the... what creature type are the... what do you call them? The things that add keywords. Archetypes. It is indeed a soldier. In it goes. Trample? Love it. Oh, that one's a warrior. Bummer. Man, it's still good, though. We'll see if this one sticks. Not a soldier, but potentially too good to not have. What's this one? Rescue Retriever. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each shoulder you control. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to other attack. Yep, that's going in. That seems way too good not to go in. What's Bear do? At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power greater than its base, create a 1/1 soldier. Seems good enough. It's cheap, if nothing else. Ballyrush Banneret. Mural is a soldier. Holy Jesus. Mural is a wacky card. Elspeth makes soldiers. Elspeth. Always terrible at spelling that. We'll get there eventually. What's her son's champion? Let's try that. Oh, nope, there she is. There she is. War Leader's Call seems ridiculously good for this deck. Ooh, look at this one. Yeah, let's put this one in. Love that. Both Odricks are soldiers, I believe. We will not use the third one. The third one is god-awful. Let's get the good one. We want this one? This thing looks fun. I'm gonna throw it in. Why not? Ooh, yeah, because, like, if easy ability to add the keywords, this could actually be, like, pretty silly. I'm gonna get a better border, though. I don't care for that border. Try this one. Go for the darker border. Odric. Ooh, this gives haste. With haste, Master Tactician could actually be pretty legit. Let's see what else we got. Mentor of the Meek is a soldier. We'll throw it in. Oh, we're at 100 already. I thought it would take longer. I thought we would get more things in before we got to this point, but here we are. Ooh, we got a super chat. Message retracted. Oh no. Where'd the message go? No message. Well, thank you for the super chat, Covert. I appreciate it. Let's see. We got War Leader's Call. Bastion Protector is a soldier. Yeah, that's a sweet card. Ooh, new art for Bastion Protector. Look at that. I'll take that one. Soldier Tribal with high token synergies. Oh, that's the game. Yeah, that's our game plan. Field Marshal is in. Anthem plus First Strike. Yep, we got all that. I put the wrong Baird in. Oh, yeah, that's possible. That is very possible. Yep, get rid of that one. Get the correct one. Thank you for that. We already discard Assemble the Legion? Yeah. Assemble the Legion is just so slow. Like, if you don't have some way to proliferate that, it's just... Right? Like, what's the best case scenario? The absolute best case scenario is you Soul Ring and play it on, what, like, turn 3? And it sticks there for, like, 4 turns, and you hope that the game doesn't end, and, yeah, I don't know. Cool card, but it's just, like... It's probably 1 mana too much to really stick around as long as you needed to. You need to be in like full token synergy to really get that to do what you want it to. You need token synergy, and you need like proliferate to get the counters up, and probably some token doubling. I guess that's token synergy, but yep. We got Mural. Esper Sentinel is a soldier. Esper Sentinel, very good magic card. Very good magic card. Man, white isn't your grandma's color anymore. Like, we have a lot of card draw in this deck. Very excited about that. And I could probably cut more equipment, which is also exciting. Have we considered Catapult Master? We will consider Catapult Master right now. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it may go in. I know it's one of those old ones that, yeah, tap 5 untap soldiers you control. Exile a creature. Love it. We'll go original frame. If you want a good finisher, recommend City on Fire for the activated ability. Yeah, that seems like City on Fire. Seems like it'll be too good to pass up. We got 105 already. Bummer. Back to the old EDH Rex. See the other creatures we're missing. Fire. Is Fireman Commando online? I can't remember. They put this one online. Ooh, looks like it. Angel Soldier. Love that. Love that. Man, there's a lot of really good soldiers. Boromir is a soldier. Boromir is a card I can get behind. I've been wanting to build that as a commander, honestly. Still haven't done it. Haven't been playing that much, but... yeah, this thing... whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So that's like... make unfair decks do fair things, and then sacrifice the creatures you control, gain indestructible, the ring tempts you, right? That is two really good abilities. Thalia Heretic Cathar is a nice piece that's annoying. Todrick Blade of the Legion. I think I actually like here because we can put the keywords on it, and if you get an extra combat, this thing... I mean, even as a 7/7 with the Trample Vigilance, that's pretty nasty. Yeah, we probably want an Iroas in here. Million 4-drops. New art there. How do I feel about that? We'll go original. Ooh, Brimaz is a soldier. We'll try to jam Brimaz in here. Osier Tak? Oh, yeah, the tokens. Let's try to get some Osier Tak in here. Tripling your tokens is ridiculous. I want to play that deck again. That was a fun deck. Blade Historian is a cleric, but it does give things double strike. In goes Blade Historian. Let's get a True Conviction. Selfless Squire is a soldier. Oh, that's interesting. All right, yeah, we're going to put that in. I'm going to put that in over one of my other fog effects. Okay, I feel like we're good on creatures. I just want to check to see if there's other things that we really want. Why not Mondrak? Mana cost reasons, clunkiness. Like, yeah, if you want one, realistically, you probably want the other, but we got a lot of 4-drops already, and I kind of just don't want to... we'll add it in. Yeah, I was thinking about Elish Norn. God. Does Rick care about soldiers? It cares about humans, which we will have a lot of. Humans get +2/+2, and... let's see. Choose 2 abilities. First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Them 4-drops gonna be real crowded. Siege Veteran. Beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever another non-token soldier you control dies, create a... yeah, it seems good. Malicious Pride. Ooh, out of Lorwyn. Whenever another non-token creature you control attacks, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 white Kithkin soldier that's tapped and attacking. Yeah, we'll try it. I don't know that I've ever played this card, to be honest with you. Maybe I have, but if I did, I don't remember it. Uh-oh. One sec. Computer came unplugged. That problem is solved. Make sure you guys hit the like button, by the way. That helps with the views and all that good stuff. Okay, next thing, I think there's a couple cards that I just want to have in here. Does anyone remember the name of the Stone Rain Flipland dual face thing? I always forget the name of it, but it's incredibly good, and I think we want it. Sundering Eruption, yeah. Sundering Eruption is a magic card. Destroy target land. They may replace it with a basic land. Then creatures without flying can't block this turn. God, that's so many good abilities. That's definitely going in. We need... was it? Kabira Takedown. Skull Clamp is going to be an insane magic card for this deck. Dolmen Gate for extra Iroas. We definitely could. I'm not gonna, just because we need to start cutting. Like, I feel good with just the Iroas effect. I mean, yeah, like, more instances of it is solid, but there is very much a world in which that makes all the sense, but I'm just going to skip it today because we got to start cutting. So Shadow Spear we can get rid of. How do I feel about land tax? $22 cuts at the moment. Disgusting. Feel terrible about that. That's going to be a lot of cuts. A lot of cuts. I still don't even have everything I want in here. We did get Oketra's Monument. We got the... We have a fair bit of cost reduction, which is actually pretty cool. What else was I thinking about? I was thinking about some +1/+1 counter stuff. Check out our Ajani options, so that we can have even more 4-drops. Ooh, no, what's the other one? What's the disgusting one? What's the, it's that enchantment out of the last, Cathar's Crusade is disgusting. Yeah, we should probably think about that one, too. No, it's the one, the mythic out of the more recent, what's the fairy tale set there? Can't think of the name of it. It's all gone now. Oh, Cathar Commando. Probably want that. Cathar's Crusade. It's from a cycle. It's from the mythic cycle of awesome enchantments. Virtue. The Virtue cycle. Yep. There we go. Virtue of Loyalty. That's the one. That should be incredibly disgusting for what we're doing. Yeah, at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and untap those creatures. Yep. Yes, please. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may exile that many cards from you. Yeah, that's it. That one seems good, too. We have direct damage. Dazzling Theater? I gotta look that one up. Creature spells have Convoke. Oh. Oh. Untap each creature you control during each other player. Oh my god. That's ridiculous for tap creature tribal. That's got to go in there. Creature spells with Convoke is more mana. Yeah, this thing's going in. Red Virtue pairs with Mustard. Yeah. That's also what I was thinking. Okay, we're at 125. We need to do some cutting. We also need to make the thing bigger because I can't read anything anymore. Post LASIK surgery. Please get bigger. Too big. Too much. Way too much. Great for my eyes, though. Come on. All right, we'll just, well. Come on, a little more. There we go. That seems about right. Okay. Great Sword of Tear, not going to make the cut. There's just, I love Great Sword of Tear, but I don't think it's doing that much for us. Stoneforge Mystic, I can live without. I think I'm gonna go Steel Shapers and Fighter Class, and that should be all the equipment tutoring I think we'll need. And even that might have to cut one of those. I'm gonna cut the Black Blade. Let's see. 17 2-drops. Could probably have like one less 2-drop. I like all these though. Okay, we'll leave those for now. On to the 3-drops. Cut Steel Shapers and potentially. I'm going to revisit that. I'm going to see where we end up and how many equipments we kind of have at the end of this thing. This is fun. I've never really gotten to play with that. Dismantling Wave is good. Lauren is good, but I actually feel okay with some of the other stuff that we have. Mentor is like, it is card draw, but it's, the mana costs can be prohibitive. Also, when your things grow bigger, you stop drawing cards. So like it's never been my favorite card, but it's, you know, it's got its uses also. Fairies, that thing, Brimaz, Field Marshal. Deflecting SWAT keeps our commander alive. Yeah, I think we're going to want deflecting. I mean, it's one of those cards that's so strong that I do just cut it a lot also because it was expensive. I don't know if it still is. I assume it's still very expensive, but Reaver Cleaver is very good. Though, yeah, Reaver Cleaver is kind of nuts. Getting rid of Sunforger. I don't know why Rick didn't work. Rick is unavailable. Rick's not working for some reason, and I'm not motivated enough to go figure out why. So we'll just cut Rick. Even though Rick would be ridiculous. I think this deck will be plenty strong on its own, and we have way too many 4-drops. Get rid of Settle the Wreckage. How much artifact enchantment removal do we have? We have the Cathar Commando. We have Dismantling Wave. Gonna cut Return to Dust. Yeah, that'll be our early artifact and enchantment removal. We have a lot of cost reduction. So like I am concerned about like the mana cost a little bit, but the amount of cost reduction might make that okay. Cut Archetype of Aggression. Man, Archetype of Aggression's so good, though. This is a card that I have routinely undervalued over the years. Because, like, not every moment of the game we're going to want to cast our commander because of the mana, if there's risk involved, right? Archetype of Aggression gives you, like, that trample ability early and importantly, it keeps you from getting trampled by, like, Galtas and other big dumb green things. So I'm going to try really hard to keep that one, even though it's off theme. I think it just fits what we're doing too good. 5-drops don't look terrible. Is there anything we can get rid of here? That's pretty legit. That's very legit. Pretty legit. Strong, strong, strong. Okay, yeah, those are all powerhouses. Austere Command, Captain on the Watch. I mean, like, Elspeth is... I want to cut Elspeth, but Elspeth is ridiculously good. Are we cutting Sun Titan? I don't want to, but it might be. Yeah, I'm going to cut the Sun Titan. We do need to get Reanimation in the deck somewhere. But I think I'm also going to cut Aurelia. Just go with Waves of Aggression. Is that correct? That can't be correct. Osier Talk can probably go. Let's find out how many token makers we actually have. That's because that potentially free up 2 slots right there. Potentially a token maker. I guess if you have Osier Talk in play, it's actually probably pretty good. But so like 1-ish right there. 2, 3. Let's see. 4, 5. 6. 7, 8, 9. Potentially 10. It makes 1. Anything up here? 11. 11 is more than I was expecting. I'm going to cut Mondrak, though. I haven't... Yeah, I'm thinking about the Sword of the Animus, Bitterthorn, all that sort of stuff. We have a lot of cost reduction. I have to put a lot of faith in myself that like the cost reduction is going to be enough. And that's scary to me. I like being able to catch up the lands with, I guess we could just use the Hearth and Home. Yeah, maybe we do have enough. So, because that'll free up a bunch of slots. So, if we go... I'm going to keep the Bitterthorn. We'll get rid of the Animist. Maybe we'll go to the Bitterthorn. Bitterthorn's so good, though. We'll get rid of Bitterthorn. We still have the Hearth and Home. We have the Feast and Famine and the, whatchamacallit, Reaver Cleaver. And then we'll get rid of... How many equipment are actually left? The 3 that I just mentioned. I'll get rid of Steel Shaper's Gift. I'll keep the Fighter class because it can be upgraded. Yeah, there's also a Skull Clamp. Oh, Mondrak doubles all. I don't feel like going through to count other token types that we're making. Best creature in the deck is definitely Iroas. Good to know. Crusader of Odric has a really low floor. I don't know how often it'll be worth drawing. Yeah, I know. I just want to live the dream with it one time, right? That's very much a live the dream kind of card. I get it. I get it. We have a million 3-drops, though. That is a concern. These are all very good. How many legendary things do we actually have? Because maybe Honor Worn isn't quite worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No legendary. Yep, 6. 7. It's getting to be close to worth it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's on the cusp for sure. For sure. Bitterthorn draws a card with the cautious welcome. Visions of Phyrexia can go. I agree with that. We have really good card draw. Like, actually, I feel like we have disgustingly good card draw, which for many, many years was not a thing that I could say about most Boros decks that didn't have Mask of Memory. Toma Legends. I like Toma Legends, but I think it can go. Because the commander is going to be coming down late for this deck, and I'm guessing it's going to be more of like you cast the commander, you swing once, and most people kind of die, so probably not like a huge value type of play, more of a I'm trying to end the game kind of play. What else? 12 more cuts. Oh my god, that's so many. That is a lot of cuts. We probably have more board wipes than we need. Let's take a look at that. Sulphurous Blast can go. Anyone have any thoughts? What can we get rid of? Vanquish the Horde is your least favorite? I was actually thinking about replacing Blasphemous Act with it. Because I like that it doesn't care about... Like, Blasphemous Act doesn't hit things that get big, which is always frustrating. Vanquish the Horde doesn't care about that. But there does need to be more things on board to get the full cost reduction of it. Ooh, we got another super chat. I know we're making cuts here, but hear me out. Legion's Loyalty. Wait. I know what that card does. I can't remember what it does in this. Is that the protection spell one? Protection enchantment? No, that's Legion's Initiative. Oh, is it the Myriad one? Oh god, I can't spell anything. Let's try Loyalty. See where that gets us. Mass Myriad. Oh god. Let's just search the word Myriad, because that's probably going to be easier at this point. Legion Loyalty. Creatures you control have Myriad. It's a cool finisher. That is for sure. I think it's fun. Like, if we did that, we'd have to get rid of City on Fire, right? Like, that's very much a one or the other kind of situation. What do you guys think? Legion Loyalty or City on Fire? I think City on Fire is probably just better and is going to kill people. Legion Loyalty is probably much more fun. Legion Loyalty falls off as opponents die. Yeah, there is that too. It is a fun choice, though. It is a very fun choice. I will give you that. Well, yeah, we're at 31 creatures, which I actually like, which means I think we have too much other stuff happening in the deck. I'd like to keep that creature count about where it is. So next thing to do is look at like the removal, and we probably need to get. I think we probably have like way too many enchantments. Of all the things, I cannot believe that there is not a sort by card type in here. It's fantastically frustrating. This is basically an enchantment. This is always the trick with tribal style decks, is that you do want support, but it's easy to get carried away with the support and just like easily have way too many enchantments and all that kind of stuff. Oops. It's not the one I wanted. Oh, God. We're at 109. What about Blind Obedience? We cutting Blind Obedience? I really don't want to. It's just like always disgusting. Could cut Virtue of... Oh, I really don't want to cut Virtue of Courage, though. I kind of just want to play with Virtue of Courage because I think Courage is the red one. Exile that many cards from the top, so you attack with like 3 or 4 things, and then you get a lot of exiles. Man, there's a world in which you go wild with that, because like with all the cost reduction we have in theory, but the other thing, okay, maybe you're right. Just because here's what has to happen: you have to pay 5 mana to get the commander in. Realistically, it's nowhere early in the game will you then be able to pay the, what is it, 4 after that? Yeah, the 4 to get that. So even by the time you pay the 4, unless you have like an absolute crap ton of mana, yeah, okay, I could see getting rid of this. And we have like actual non-impulse draw, like a pretty good amount of it. So okay. Get rid of Blind Obedience since Salia is a soldier. Blind Obedience and Ghostly Prison saves lives. Yeah, Ghostly Prison does save lives, but when someone shoots it, God, that feels bad. I've had that happen. You're like, I'm safe. I am no longer... Oh, God, I'm dead. That's how that goes. Martial Coup isn't the best board wipe? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we could probably cut Martial Coup. I do like it. It's a question of like how much ramp and mana we have to get to that quickly. Let's go check out this enchantments pile. This like support pile. 8 is probably still like one more than we really, really, truly want. But yeah, in the Christmas land with this and our commander in play, you make a bunch of tokens. They all have haste, and that's fun. Shared Animosity needs to go. What? Shared Animosity is going to be ridiculous in this deck. Like, if you said Anderhall needs to go, Anderl needs to go, then, I'd believe you. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control if they have the city's blessing too. Man, that's a lot of pump. That is a lot of pump. Also, I just really want to live that dream. How do you guys feel about land tax? We do have a lot of card draw. But if we have, like, awkward hands, land tax does bail you out of that. Chain Reaction's not bad. I don't think we need Chain Reaction for this deck. Based with, like, for the most part, you really want, like, cost-reduced board wipes. So with Blasphemous Act of Vanquish the Horde, I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, we'll get rid of land tax. I know it's good, but we'll get rid of... That's life gain if we need it. Oh, that card's so good. It's just so good. What does this thing do? Well, the soldiers get +1/+1. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I guess an anthem is an anthem. It's a 2-mana anthem. That's the thing to think about. 2-mana anthems are inherently powerful. I'm gonna get rid of Mentor of the Meek. It's sort of a hit and miss kind of card. Sometimes it works really well. Other times it, if you have anthems in play, it stops working. Yeah, probably need to cut from the 3-drops here. Do we need the Reaver Cleaver and Feast and Famine? I like Horn of the Mark because it's going to help us get more creatures. It's going to keep the hand full. I'm going to get rid of the Reaver Cleaver and keep Feast and Famine. Even though the Reaver Cleaver can very easily just win games. Probably still need to get rid of a few more 3-drops here. What's this one do? Yeah, that seems probably a little too good to get rid of. I really don't want to cut Brimaz. I know Brimaz gets outclassed in, like, most situations, but I just want it. Yeah, the last time I counted for the Shaku was about 13. We've cut a few cards since then, so it may have come down a little bit, but I do think a lot of the legends are still in here. So, I mean, at the very least, it's probably at least like a Hedron archive, right? So, that is pretty good in my opinion. $30. Yeah, I think it's the support stuff we probably still need to get rid of. Actually, let's count the ramp. I feel like we probably have, like, a disgusting amount of ramp, because that's what usually happens in my decks, but ramp is still one of those... It's a really easy way to consistently win games, is just have more mana than your opponents. Let's see. More ramp in this category. What's this one again? I think that's all the ramp there. What's that card? Mana Echoes? Is that a thing that we should be thinking about? I think I missed a card. Where's the Daru guy? There he is. Okay, assuming I didn't miss anything, which I probably did, but that says 12 pieces of ramp. It's actually maybe a little less than I thought we had, all things considered, but so we probably don't want to cut any more ramp. I feel like the card draw is probably like maybe too good, but man, having a lot of card draw does solve a lot of problems. Check out Mana Echoes. Whenever creature enters of the thing, add a much colorless mana. I feel like that could be really good for us. The thing that like we're kind of missing right now is burst mana. And this is some semblance of like burst mana. We'll try it. I don't know if it's going to be able to stay or not, but oh man, I don't want to get rid of this, but I'm going to get rid of this. And roll down. Blade Historian's good. I mean, yeah, Double Strike is just always good. Hard to part ways with Double Strike. What is this? Vigilance. Other soldiers have Vigilance in 1/1. Makes 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. Whenever another player attacks with 2 or more creatures, they draw a card if none of those creatures attacked you. Just like straight card draw. And it's a soldier. Again, it's not really the creatures that we need to be getting rid of. What are we at? We're at 104, so 5 cuts to go. Ugh. Are we trying to live too many different dreams at once? We've got City on Fire. We've got Osier Talk. You have a vital question? What is that vital question? Go ahead. Thinking cut talk. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that direction too. Man, living that dream sounds like so much fun though. Has anyone shouted mustard yet? No. No, they have not. Osier Talk down. Makes me sad. 4 cuts to go. Oh, just for the sake, we should probably check out what's Karlach, creature type on Karlach. Tiefling probably or something. Yeah, Tiefling Barbarian. Okay, doesn't do us any favors. Does give first strike. Ooh. 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 Karlach or Waves of Aggression? Waves of Aggression sits in your graveyard and doesn't care if it gets discarded, which is beautiful. And has like a I don't want to call it a combo, but I guess sort of combos with Feast and Famine. Karlach gives our stuff first strike. And with all the keywords we already have, more first strike is a really good thing. Waves is way more reliable. Okay. Yeah. Waves is like the gold standard of reliability. Aurelia usually too, just because Aurelia will just kind of kill people when she shows up because of the haste and all that. But yeah, Waves, if the first one fails, as long as you don't lose your board state, you can try again the next turn. 4 to go. Maybe Blade Historian 1 to cut a 4 drop, because also, like, the cost reduction ain't going to help with that cost. And we do have the True Conviction. True Conviction gives the lifelink, and importantly, it's double strike all the time, which means it's good for blocking. As good as Blade Historian is, but it is easier to get in than True Conviction, though. Yeah, I'm gonna cut Blade. Am I cutting it? Check Horn of Gondor numbers. Okay. Horn of Gondor. Oh, okay. So create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and then create X 1/1 white soldiers where X is the number of humans you control. All right, we got to do a human count. This is mostly non-creatures. 1 human. 2 human. 3 human. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This one makes a human. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can probably stop counting, but since we're already this far into it, I'm just going to keep going. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 with our commander. That is a lot of humans. Diversionary Tactics. Let's gotta look that one up. Tap 2 1-tap creatures you control. Tap target creature. Ooh. Ooh. Does that card show up a lot? Like, I mean, I guess you need a lot of tokens to use it. But, like, man, how have I not seen that card more? And maybe not, like, now all the time necessarily, but, like, years ago, 10 years ago. I feel like, it's a neat little card. Does indeed get rid of blockers. You think cutting talk while adding mana echoes is a mistake? Just my opinion. If you're trying to multiply the damage from the commander, that's not a bad take. That's not a bad take. You have it in Tristani. It's a win condition in the deck. I can very much see that. There is a world in which I would add this to this deck, but we have like too many support enchantments already. And in theory, if we get big enough, the trample should like hopefully kind of do the same thing. If I were like fully in on making tokens, I would go for that. We have some token production. I forget what the number is now, but wow, it's a cool card. It does make you think. It does make you think. Yeah, like if our commander itself actually spit out tokens, that'd probably be a good place for it. How many white sources? A ton. This deck is mostly white, given that they're soldiers. Yeah, there's a... By my eye of the mana sources in the deck, I think about 75% of them are white. Platoon Dispenser. Not on my radar. It's out of one of those, whatchamacallit sets there. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more other creatures, draw a card. Okay. Pay 4, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact, unearth. Cool looking card. It's just like... 5 mana is a lot. 5 mana is a lot for that. Do see the world in which it's very useful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not committed to it in this moment. I don't feel it in my bones. Plus, we still have to cut 4 more cards, so style is greater than substance. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, no, like we've got a few dreams we're already trying to live in this deck. I've had to cut back on some of them. Still trying to live the Crusader of Odric dream. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like this enchantment pile needs to get smaller. Oh, where's that other thing? That one thing's technically ramp. Where'd it go? This one. Creature spells have Convoke, and we'll probably be using it for that mode more than anything else. So, um, actually, for a long time I've been asking for a white card like that. So yeah, this is actually a really cool card. Let's see, 4 board wipes. That seems fine. Tajik, Trouble in Pairs, Odric, Hero, Wanderer. Captain of the Watch is in there. Where is it? Right there. Four cuts. What do we got? What do we need? What do we got to get rid of? What's this one do again? Yeah, I want to live that dream too. I want to live all these dreams. How do we feel about Baird? Because we haven't really optimized to make sure that our things have lopsided power toughness. I may actually cut this. What do you guys think? I am gonna try and live that malicious pride dream. I've never really gotten to play it anywhere, so I would very much like to. Got enough? Never enough. Yeah, we do have a lot of anthems. We do have a lot of anthems, but given what our commander does, it makes sense to have a lot of anthems. So. Against all better judgment, we're going to cut the blind obedience, even though I really don't want to. We are going to cut. How many things actually trigger that? No. Yeah, I'm going to cut Baird. I think because you need with power greater than its power greater than its so it just cares if something's got an anthem on it. Okay, maybe that's fine. I don't know. Is it just slow? Like it just seems slow. If you play it on turn 2, sure, but yeah, I think we can get rid of that. What's next? 2 to go. Definitely can't cut from the lands. How many? I think we have 3. We have 3 flip lands, so we're running a virtual 36 lands. Because we got, where are they? Sajiri Shelter, Kabira Takedown, and Sundering Eruption. So 3 additional lands from the 33. 36 is about okay. Hopefully Magic Online doesn't screw us. 37 would be safer. Or at least some number of land taxes and tithes, but I've cut a lot of them. Yeah, those cards are all ridiculous. I'm like, man, it just it can't be correct to cut any of those. Rescue Retriever, put a +1/+1 counter on each other soldier you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to other attacking soldiers you control. So that's basically another Iroas. Yeah, I mean, that's just, again, that's too many good things. Copper Coat Vanguard. Wait, cut it or add it? I don't remember adding that one. Copper Coat. Yeah, I was looking at the Wanderer also. What's this thing do? Eh. There's definitely a world in which it's good, but as I'm trying to cut, no. We need to not add more cards to the deck. Unless they're ridiculous and, insane for what we're doing. I just want the Wanderer is so much nice utility. Like, it shuts off Blasphemous Act. It shoots down big things. That's just, like, so helpful. So helpful. And I'm a little worried about the removal, so I really want to keep that if I can. Oh, are we not living the archetype of Aggression Dream? It just seems so good, though. Which one's Siege Veteran? Whenever another non-token soldier you control... Yeah, that seems good. It just seems good. Swords... Any ramp that... maybe we could just, like, cut a talisman. What do you guys think? Cut a talisman? Blacksmith skill? No Wandering Throne here. Too many 4-drops. Like, it would be good, right? It's just kind of good in every deck it goes in, but... There's a world in which it's, very, very playable, but... yeah, we're crowded on 4-drops, and... Needing to cut. We are needing to cut. So I'm gonna resort by mana cost here. 13 4-drops is better than expected. It makes me not want to cut the talisman though, because if we can go the Signet on 2, that is very, very helpful to get the 4-drop on 3. Live that dream. Down to 6/5 drops, down to 5/6 drops. That's not bad, actually. I'm going to replace Austere Command with Farewell, just because pub games of Magic Online, Farewell is where you want to be. Oh, we don't have any Master Animation yet. We're going to have to get some of that in. All right. I'm kind of back to... Man. I don't know if I've truly played this card yet. Blades... I'm going to get rid of the Blade Historian. Like, yeah, it'll probably win the game, but... it's off theme. It's not going to get cost reduction, and we do have the True Conviction to kind of do the same thing. We've also got City on Fire, which... yeah, with the Trample. The Trample from City on Fire. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that should get more or less the same job done. Cut Hero Blade Hold, but it makes soldiers, and it's just so good. I love Hero Blade Hold. I just really want to play Hero Blade Hold. It's the knight that makes soldiers. Plus the battle cry. It just does... It does so much. One to go. One to go. Yeah, aggression's not a soldier, but just trample opponents, no trample is really good. Is Knight Captain of Eos the fog one? That is a powerful card, isn't it? That's a knight. Yeah, that's the fog one. Oh yeah, yeah. We should probably add this guy. Probably add that guy. That's a lot of board control to like. I can't die. Okay, 2 to go. What are we cutting? All right, how does everyone feel about Vanquisher's Banner? Is Vanquisher's Banner too slow and clunky of a play these days? Also, we don't have Thran Dynamo in the deck, and we very much should have Thran Dynamo in this deck. I'm going to do a straight swap Blacksmith Skill for Lightning Greaves. Fine. I'll get rid of the Archetype of Aggression. It is a powerful card, though. It's a very, very powerful card. Again, a lot of it, half of it is removing trample from your opponents. That means the green deck doesn't just come kill you. Now that Crater Hoof doesn't show up quite as much as it used to, at least in my experience, it's maybe not made as much of a necessity. But for a period of time, I probably undervalued that card very significantly because basically everything was a Crater Hoof kill for many years. 2 to go. Hearthenholm? It's good, but not a lot of synergy for our deck. And we do have a lot of cost reduction. If yeah, let's get rid of the Hearthenholm. We do got to get Mastery Animation in here. What's that card called? Send from Avernus. Send from Avernus now in. Part of me kind of wants Marshall's Anthem, but Marshall's Anthem is a little bit trickier. Yeah, you got to ramp like crazy with Marshall's Anthem, so probably not. Storm of Souls, is that one on Magic Online yet? I can't remember. Yeah, Monument's just good, though. Monument is stupidly good. I'm going to add Storm of Souls also. Because the world with... here's what I see with Storm of Souls is, like, we have a bunch of stuff, our commander's out, everything dies, send the commander to the graveyard. I guess that's not... that's still good damage. That's still very good. I guess you have to do the other thing, but... pay the 4, but... seems like this could be the deck for it. Back up to 102. Let's try to get back on the cutting train here. Is the 2-mana Anthem? Yeah, the 2-mana Anthem. It just seems good. It just seems good. We need less 3-drops. Yeah, that is a fair point. We do have a lot of cost reduction. Um, but this one's all white creatures, which I guess is probably just everything in the deck anyway. How many non-soldiers do we actually have? Like two, maybe. Probably about three. God, it's just so good. Because it also spits out bodies. I hate it, but I'm gonna cut the. Maybe we cut the Feast and Famine. I really don't want to, but we don't really have like the land synergy. What gets lands? Archaeomancer's map gets lands, and yeah, maybe we cut the Feast and Famine. Like, yeah, it probably wins the game, but we have two effects already. So we have with the Dolmen Gate, we have Iroas, and we have this Rescue Retriever guy. It's more or less the same thing. So I feel like that's plenty. Because like we have so many like creature support cards, and that's sort of the issue we're running into here is that you can only have so many of those. Um, Back to this Mana Echoes. I'd like to try it. I feel like it's probably good here. What's next? We got to get rid of two. Do you think cut the Vanquisher's banner? Yeah, there's a world in which this is just like expensive. Like it's sort of a late gamey play, and it kind of depends on how long the game's actually gonna go. With the Feast of Famine gone, what is the equipment count? That is a fantastic question. We have a Skull Clamp. We have Greaves. Is it just the two? I think it's just the two. Cutting this fighter class down to 100. I've got more high drops than you do and 5 lands less. That sounds about right for me. We do have 3 flip lands, so the land count is 36. I do run a lot of ramp typically, maybe not as much in this deck as I do in other decks, but we do have a lot of cost reduction. Archaeomancer's map and Archaeomancer's map plus card draw is good, and also Keeper of the Accord can get us caught up. But I feel your vibe. I feel your vibe. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Vanquisher's banner. I like it, and it's won many games, but it may just be clunky. Commander Mustard. Let's try it. We are ready. All right, let's try and find a game. Hopefully it doesn't go terrible. Casual. You always have to wonder how casual that means. We'll try it, though. Oh, can't join this game. High power casual, no infinites, no extra turns, no Eldrazi. I'm not convinced that we qualify as high power. Yeah, we'll just make our own game. What? Trying to make my own game. Create. Cannot join this game. That's concerning. Let's leave the menu real quick. Huh. I guess now we log out. Try it again. That is weird. Don't look at that. Don't look at that either. Might be a card. No, because it would yell at you. It would say you have like a... There's a different error message for card in the deck. We can double check it though. This isn't going to take forever to load up. Why is this program so slow? You'd think with like modern computing, Magic Online would be not this slow. Let's try it again. There's Commander Mustard. We'll check the deck out real quick just to make sure there's not a something we're missing. No, it looks like it's legal because there's a little, you get a little mark thing there when it's not a legal deck. So that looks fine. Yeah, let's try it again. Hopefully it works. Huh. That seems like an issue. Does indeed seem like an issue. I don't know what to do. Can't trade, no player rewards. That's fine. That shouldn't affect... Long shot, but it might be Storm of Souls. Yeah, okay. Let's try it. What do we cut right at the end that we want to add back in? Banner? Yeah, I guess we can add the banner. Try it again. No, that one didn't work. No, that one didn't work. That's annoying. All right, let me just take a look to see. I should have most of these cards. All right, export this deck list. Oh, oh. All right, we're gonna actually no, we don't need. We only need to log out. How do you log out? Do that. Reopen Magic Online. Try another deck and let's see. Okay, yeah, we can do that. I'm thinking it's something with this account. This is the creator account, so I do have some concerns. It's pretty long. It's pretty long. I got hacked last year, and it was super annoying. So the passwords are fairly involved now. Okay, let's try a different deck. Let's try this real quick. It's the deck. It's something in the deck. Okay. Or well, do that. Switch back to yeah, it's something in the deck. Okay. Now we get to play that fun game of what card is causing this to not work. um, is it the commander itself? Are there other versions? There is one version. His password is the Jurassic Park theme by Key. G F sharp G D C, I think, is the main melody. Yeah, I do have Mech Warrior and some BattleTech on my desktop. I was a big Mech Warrior fan growing up. The problem here is that I think it might be the commander that is the issue. That is the thing that I'm concerned about because I've played with all these other cards. I haven't played with that one, but played with just about all these other cards at some point. Perhaps there's a versioning of a card that is not okay. But yeah, I think just about everything else has been in a deck at some point, and like, it's probably not that card, right? Like that guy's probably fine. Uh. Hmm. Try changing commanders and joining a game. Reasonable. Reasonable. Oh, so the next step is cut this thing and add literally anything. Oh, that's nice looking planes. Then try it again. No, okay, it's something else. It's something else in the deck. It's not the commander. That's good news. What is it, though? It's got to be like a version of a card. I don't know what that plains is I just added. There it is. Yeah, I've played Ascend from Revertus a little bit. I played it a few times. Maybe deck name doesn't like. Try changing commander and joining game. Oh, yeah, we tried that. Next thing is who has like promo. It's not that, is it? Try a regular version. How about now? Nope. Well, some card in this deck is causing it to error. I don't know which one it is. So in that case, I think we play a different deck, because I am kind of geared up to play a game. So I've got a heavy inclination to play Cassandra. Anyone else got anything? Actually, Mabel could be fun again also. Oh, I wonder. Okay. Yeah, we'll try this name thing real quick and see if that's the issue. Nope, that's not the issue. Yeah. So it doesn't look like we'll be able to play Commander Mustard tonight for reasons that I do not fully understand. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. So yeah, Mabel or Cassandra. What do you guys think? Yeah, I know we just spent so much work trying to put that deck together too. It's a little bit annoying. Gonna have to send a strongly worded email in the morning. I mean, I've never had that problem before. Like I've run into problems on Magic Online, and I generally know like where to expect problems on Magic Online, but I've never run into that issue. We got one vote for Mabel. And I think I saw one for Cassandra earlier. So we got 1 and 1. Let's give it like 30 more seconds and we'll see who the winner is here. Now, there's one, Cassandra. One for Mabel, 2 for Cassandra, 2 for Mabel, 3 for Mabel, 4 for Mabel. I think we got Mabel. Mabel it is. Excellent. Because I kind of wanted to play Mabel again, too. Is this my Mabel one-shot deck? Because Yes, it is. All right, we're going to try to set up some one-shots. So for those who missed that stream, I think I might have did a video on it too. I can't remember now. The point of this Mabel deck is that because our equipment gives things trample and haste and vigilance, we can use these really big dumb creatures like Sarah Avatar and Soul of Eternity and potentially just one-shot people out of the game. Also, we've got Malignus in here. Similar idea. So I didn't quite get to live the dream the way I wanted to last time I played this deck. So maybe we will tonight, and that will be magical if we do. I think I like the other art better. Let's go with this one. I do feel like, yeah, something in that deck just isn't working. I have no idea what. Weird. So weird. Actually, we should probably like update this thing just a little bit before we get into this. Trouble in Pairs is a ridiculous magic card. Right, that's why that's in there. That one's silly. Switch this to a Farewell. What's coming out? Yeah, Pure Steel Paladin? How many equipments are in here? There's a few, but yeah, I guess late in the game you can move the thing around, which is cool. Yeah, we got a few equipment. How much land do we have? We have that many lands. We'll cut the Pure Steel Paladin. It's good, but, you know, so goes life. Okay, let's try this again. Is it the city on fire? It could be. Yeah, time to go through, remove every card one at a time until it still starts working. Well, since we don't need that up. We have some time right now. We can start that process. I have not played with City on Fire yet. Just added Gisela, I guess. Nope. That's not the one. Oh my god. That'll be a process, huh? Boros Muscle Mommy. Who is the Boros Muscle Mommy? Mabel is on the map, yeah. Man, I remember when Commander games used to fire off, like, all the time. I feel like, I mean, I guess it's fairly late on a Sunday, so there is that, but yeah. Not as popular as it used to be. That Cassandra should be fine. Nope. Let's see if we can find a game. That seems like it's going to be a pain in the butt. Apparently no one wants to play any Commander. Nope, I guess we're going to be waiting for a minute. I don't even know what this deck is. What is this deck? Forces of the Imperium? Someone must have sent me this. Inquisitor or Greyfax? Interesting. Oh, that's probably one of the precons for the thingy. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'll tell you guys about this other deck that I'm working on. When I have free time. And we'll probably do this on a live stream because it's going to be crazy, but if you wait around for an hour, you'll be home. An hour? Probably can't do an hour. Probably cannot do an hour. I gots to work in the morning. Try joining this game. See what happens. Cannot join that game. Oh, man. Oh, because I'm probably on... Yeah, we're on the mustard deck again. What deck were we wanting to play? Mabel. Hey, we got a game. All right. Game time. We won the die roll. Love that. That is a good start. Hopefully the hand doesn't suck. 2 lands, ramp, more ramp. Yeah, this works. This works. Got a Malignus in our opener. Malignus. What a silly Magic card. Well, that's great. When you zoom in now, everything gets dark. That's new. Let's go. We want the miss. Yeah, we need the red mana. Yeah, let's go Air Mesa. I was like, do we hold off and try to get a Mistveil Plains? But I'll just not worried about that for now. We're gonna need the red mana, so. Alpine Meadow. Pass. You just built Smelia? Is that Smelia? I can't see it. I don't know. It's probably fun though. Yeah, no, I feel pretty good about this opener. This is a little bit of card advantage. We like that. It's more ramp. Particularly, let's see what we got for opponents. There's a green deck, so, you know, in theory, they should have lands. That should trigger all the stuff. There's a 5-color deck that, in theory, they'll have lands. And that deck's definitely going to ramp. Oh, God. So that's an arch enemy type commander right there, so we're going to try to want to blast them out of the game as fast as humanly possible. And now we wait. Jumpstart not on MTGO? I am not sure, honestly. There were a lot of things that weren't on MTGO for like 3 years, and some of them have actually showed up now, so it's very confusing to keep track of, and I haven't been playing enough to like really stay on top of all that stuff, so yeah. No idea. Jumpstart kinda is and isn't. Yeah, there you go. The parts they felt like putting in are probably there. The ones they didn't are not. Yeah, I do have concerns about the Satali deck, though. Pretty scared about that. We are going to want to get that Archaeomancer's map down ASAP, because they will probably drop lands in left and right. You think only DB accounts have access? We are, in fact, on a DB account, so... Have you ever played Three Dog? I feel like you'd make an interesting version. I have not played Three Dog. A lot of people have asked me about that one, though. I can't remember if that one's online or not. You're trying to find an interesting Boros deck that isn't entirely punch-faced with equipment. So yes, there are many very good Voltron options in Boros. Let's get this thing in. We'll drop in the Signet. Yeah, Malignus is a very funny card. Let me bring up my list of Boros commanders here and see if I can... Got a spreadsheet. Boros commanders. Okay. So you want interesting Boros commanders, and this does not count ones that have come out in the past couple of years, because when I made this list was like October 2022. So, you know. There are actually 50 new Boros commanders since this list has been created. Alibu is interesting. The scrying is really cool. Direct damage. If you want like interesting value, because like most people that, if you're not a Boros player at heart, or you're wanting something that's a bit different, Oskir, I think, is one, really powerful, but two, a really interesting value commander. I'd probably steer you towards that, you know, and it sort of depends on like what your tolerance for like how much do you want to have to learn to make a good Boros deck versus I just want it to be strong out of the gate and like not really worry about it. Oskir is just very strong out of the gate, and you know, it's a very easy deck to win with. Crap, they cracked the Wayfarer's Bauble without us. Yep, we got to get this Archaeomancer's map down. We missed 2 pieces of ramp already. I'm very sad about it. Play a Plains. Play an Arcane Signet. Play Archaeomancer's map. Get 2 more planes. Hope that we can drop some lands in here. Feather is another non-equipment one. Feather played at its best is still, it's like Voltron, but different. Like, it's Voltron with spells, kind of. Which is fun, and it's cool. Yeah, Feather will get hated off the table very, very quickly. Who else do we got that's cool and interesting? That isn't just punch as hard as possible. I would say to you that Gisela, the original one, is like a fairly unexplored commander. I mean, and it sort of lends itself to like, okay, attack things or burn things or both, right? But For how powerful she is as a card, you rarely ever see her. Hey, we got our first thing off the Archaeomancer's map. Love that. Love that. Zabaz is a really weird, unique commander. Um, Belborka is one that I've been thinking about replaying again. Because there's been a lot of impulse draw. Like they keep printing tons of impulse draw. So that deck should like theoretically keep getting better and better. It does have a ceiling on it. I don't think it's ever going to be like an A tier commander, but I think it's really not bad. Um, who is let's see. Astor is a very interesting commander. So if you wanted to do like a vehicles thing, Astor is really good for that. Also does an equipment thing kind of very similarly. Um, I would say to you, like even this deck. I mean, this deck is still like just punch things as hard as possible. So maybe that's not what you're looking for, but it's in a weird kind of way, right? Like we get to use weird cards like Malignus and Soul of Eternity and Sarah's Avatar and stuff like that. And then more recently, the past like 2 years or so, they have printed a lot more like value Boros Commanders. Who's the balloon guy that just came out? Looks very interesting. Haven't played it, but on its surface, just looks very strong. Aurelia Law Above is a really interesting commander. It's like it's not one that's just gonna. It's not the original Aurelia that just like blows you away with power. It's sort of that. There's a lot of like interesting little things to do with it that I find interesting and unique. Rayav for Boros, yeah, Rayav is punch things as hard as possible though. Put as many equipment on it as possible, namely swords of X and Y. Get the value, kill people quickly. That's that deck. How much mana do we actually have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is much more mana than I really would have ever expected at this point in the game. But uh so 7 is kind of an awkward amount in that we have 2 5 drops, so we can only get one of them. I think we go Mabel. And I'm thinking Caduceus. And then next turn we try to live the Malignus Dream. I think that's the plan I'm on here. Triggers the Mauler. Yep. Malignus, unfortunately, without like some sort of doubling, won't just kill them, but it'll send the message, and if we put lifelink on it, that'll be funny. I really hope we can live this dream. Uh, Mabel enters. We're gonna make Crag Flame a super sweet equipment, and then we'll cast the Caduceus. And we'll pass like that. Wait, how much is this thing to equip? 2, I think, right? Yeah, it's 2. Okay. So ideally, if we can get one more acceleration off of the Archaeomancer's map, I feel like we're going to be in pretty good business. But we have 5 lands. It's someone would need to like double ramp. It's not unheard of with green decks, but Brian's strong arm for stout arm for the fling over swing. Yeah. Oh man, that's you know what? Honestly, either that could go in this deck, or a lot of the things that are good in this deck would also be good in Brian Stoutarm. I should build Brian Stoutarm. That was one of the original Boros commanders. I think when there was only 4 available. The first 4 Boros commanders were Razia, Agris Kos, Brian Stoutarm, and was it Aurelia? I think it was Aurelia. Crashing Drawbridge. Ooh, we got a Stonecoil Serpent. This is a weird card. A lot of abilities that I got to remember what they do. We got Reach. Trample. Protection from Multicolored. And X counters. Protection from Multicolor. That's the weird ability. This one is 2 to equip. I'm just going to count up all our mana here. So in theory, we'll be on 8 mana, which means we go 5 there, and then 2 for that. Yeah, we need to get another... we need to get one additional ramp off this map. And then we can we can live the Malignus Caduceus Cragflame dream. No one expects Bruce Tarl Oxen Tribal. I would not expect Bruce Tarl Oxen Tribal. Eartha Joe is an interesting one. I did play that one once. Eartha Joe turns into make all the mana burn everything relentlessly. But if that's your thing, right? I enjoyed it for a game or two. Or if you want if you still want to stay because I've suggested things that are not Voltron, but if you want something that's like Voltron but not just hit as hard as possible, Cassandra with the Spear of Leonidas is actually kind of interesting. The abilities on Leonidas are very unique. It allows you to make some decisions, right? It isn't just do as much damage as possible. There are times where you might want to loot. It might be time to make the horse. But when it comes time to start getting down to business, right? You have the double strike, and the double strike kills things very quickly. So that is it's a Voltron deck, but with some decision making. You get to make some choices, and I like that. Who's going to let us ramp with this map one more time before our turn so I can do very silly things? That's really what I'm after here. Oh, someone said, what is... oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Hoffrey is, if you like value, Hoffrey is a very good commander. Kristen really enjoys, Hoffrey. The new Boros vehicle commander out of Ether Drift is looking really good. Yeah, Hoffrey Ghost Forge, that's the one. That's a very legit commander. Have I played it? I don't remember if I played it. I do know that it's easy to make very good, right? Where are we going? Yeah, well, we're coming our way. So apparently we're going to start this little battle. But I really want to do Malignus with Caduceus because that is hilarious. Down to 33. That doesn't look like it's going to happen unless we catch a Soul Ring or something. Ooh. I did put that in the deck. Case of emergency. I think we have a little bit of time. But it is time for Malignus. This is going to bring me a lot of joy. Hopefully no one messes it up. The problem is that once we... No, because the other opponents are at 40. How does it say? Equal to the highest life total. Okay, cool. As long as everyone else stays at 40, we're good. Cragflame on the Malignus. Send the Malignus over to the Atali deck. Yeah, like I said, I had the list of the spreadsheet that I made because I was keeping track of which ones I had played. There were about 50 of them, give or take, 52, as of October 2022. And in the last, I guess, 2.5 years now, there are now 104. So there are a ton of them. Tit for tat, yeah. Yeah. Ours fortunately has vigilance too, so we should be able to block this for a while. Are we getting? Nope. No nasty messages yet. Malignus. You know, we've gotten so concerned about value in Commander these days that sometimes just having the biggest, dumbest creature is where you want to be. Because now it's like, oh, is it a 3-drop that generates value? Okay, I can't run it, right? And like, well, there's a time and a place for, let's just get big. Opponent goes down to 18. Boom. Hopefully no one wants to interact with our Malignus and Caduceus plan. That would be nice. Also, other things, we want to get the Sunscorched region in ASAP so that that can start getting pumped up. But 2, we also want to leave the mana up for Selfless Squire in case something goes wrong. Because you never know when something's going to go wrong. And someone's going to try to come back and kill you for punching them with a Malignus. Return to Timmy. Exactly. Yeah, we could run these value creatures, or hear me out on this, we can play this Magmatic Force and shoot all of your value creatures every turn. I mean, I guess it's probably just in the head because of the way they are, but like, I really want like just a mono red elemental commander that like cares about elementals as a tribe. Like Ashling would do it, but Ashling has her own thing going on that doesn't really like lend herself super great to the being a tribal commander. But reject value, return to beats. Also, there's a ton of text in this card, and I really don't feel like reading it, but I'm sure it's disgusting. I'm sure whatever that says is not a thing that I'm going to be thrilled about. What's this? Makes tokens. Okay. Makes tokens. Uh-oh. I feel like there's a board wipe mode in this thing. Yep. Yeah, there is. Okay, so non-artifact. We do, in fact, have a bunch of artifact or non-artifact creatures. They don't have chapter manipulation, do they? Because that would be unfortunate. What does this thing do? A mono red elemental tribal commander would give me some place to run Obsidian Fireheart. Exactly. Exactly. We need to build an Obsidian Fireheart deck. Remind me about this. That needs to happen. That deck is also probably just Neheb because you need a lot of mana to do it. We need an Obsidian Fireheart deck. Gisela would be a solid Obsidian Fireheart deck, just that, like, Obsidian Fireheart, okay, so the way you would search for it is, what's that thing? The Flamekin Harbinger gives you a second way to find, gives you another way to find it. Or you could do, I think we talked about it in chat, you could build Rocco as the commander, and then just search it up that way. And then, you know, just use all the green ramp. Yeah, Gamble has just never been my cup of tea. There's a time and a place for it, and that time and place is just not for me most of the time. Smoke Braider is a cool card. What I do like, though, was it Fervent Mastery? Is that the one? Because that one, that's the card that I use to always try to assemble a Chromatron when I'm playing Angels. Yeah, Fervent Mastery is like Many Gambles, and Many Gambles is significantly better than one gamble for like a lot of for the situations that I care about. Fervent Mastery kind of does more, and I don't use it in a lot of decks. I use it in like probably 2 decks, but Bloodbraid Elf. So far, this is the fairest Atali Primal Sickness deck that I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to feel bad for killing them, but not that bad that not so bad that I'm not going to do it. Like, we've already started on this plan. We have their life total, so they're going to be angry with us. I think the best thing we can do is just rip the Band-Aid off and get them out of here and take our chances with the other 2. The timing of the scriptures is going to be, like, fairly annoying for us, I think. Because, like, we have 2 creatures in hand. We can't really play a creature this turn because they're all about to get blued up. So, that's maybe not the best, but... our next step is how do we draw some cards. This deck might be lacking on card draw a teeny bit. Or perhaps we just didn't find any. Kellen is a way in which we can find some cards. That I like. Did I put Mask of Memory in the deck? Oh god, don't tell me Mask of Memory's not in here. Oh no! Oh no! How are we supposed to draw cards? There is a Spear of Leonidas that can sort of draw cards. Who would do such a thing? God, oh, no. Why no Mask? Wait, oh, no, that's the Adriana deck. Oh, thank God. Oh, God, I just scared myself. Okay, so play this half. Play the tutor half. Pray there's a Mask of Memory. I may actually go with the other opponent now, just because if we go over there, we need to draw with the mask. Like, that needs to happen. Yeah, oh, thank God. Mask of Memory. Play the Mask of Memory. Like, if they leave mid-combat, that would be not great for us. So, we are actually going to go in a different direction, which I don't love. Because I'm basically, like, it's just me anticipating saltiness, right? In paper, I wouldn't have to do that necessarily. Mask. Caduceus. Go to combat. Boop this player. Yeah, because I was switching over to the Adriana deck that I was working on, but it was like taking a really long time to load. So I scared myself a lot. I'm like, oh god, how are we going to draw cards? And I'm like, no, there's no way I didn't put Mask of Memory in this deck, right? Like, everything about this deck says we want Mask of Memory. So, which is really every deck, but the Adriana deck, like, all right, there's a time and a place where, like, we could probably get by without it, because got something special going on with that deck. I'm trying to build a true red deck wins style deck, so it's like mostly 1-drops. And you know, there'll be some like 3, 4, 5 drops, like just the certain things you just like finishers tend to be 4 or 5 mana. Adriana's kind of the finisher, but like I want almost all of the actions that takes to be like 1 mana. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a work in progress. We do hit with the Mask of Memory, thankfully. Opponent goes down to 13. Draw with the Mask of Memory. We go up to 59. There's an Emeria in this deck. Our red mana sources are, like, not the best. We have 1 plains. We have 5 plains currently. We should think about Emeria at some point. I'm going to get rid of this plains because our red sources are actually pretty low. What to do with 2 mana? I don't know that we have that much to do with 2 mana. All right, pass turn. Got 2 really big hits with Malignus. I don't know if we're going to win, but I'm having a good time. Hitting things with Malignus brings me joy. Particularly with Trample. Blasphemous Axe is actually funny for this deck too, because our stuff gets out of range of it very quickly. Opponent goes up to 10 cards. Yeah, call me jealous on that. Malignus. Oh, does it? Wait. Where's it getting indestructibles? Is the Caduceus? Oh, yeah, that does say indestructible, doesn't it? Yeah, let's go. I forgot it says indestructible. Man, I gotta play the Caduceus more. Thank you for that heads up. This may be a short game. Unless someone has something. The 5-color deck could have like a Swords or a Path, and that would be not the best. But the green deck, like the only thing I feel like they might have is a Fog, but probably not. Just kind of how like a Tali, because you want like big kind of heavy hitters with a Tali. And you know, I don't know if they had the foresight to be like, I might need a Fog at some point. Insurrection incoming. Oh, that would be terrible. That'd be where you want to keep up the Selfless Squire mana, and hopefully next turn on the Selfless Squire mana, prevent catastrophe. Can you not Fog Malignus? Damage can't be prevented. Oh my god, this is just magical. We have like most of the things that would interact with us are shut off due to basically just Malignus and the Caduceus. That's fantastic. So the thing we're really just trying to dodge now is like exile removal. I don't know that Malignus has ever gone this well. Maple back to the command zone. That's okay. She did her job. Is it a she? He? She, right? Oh my god. I am loving this. I don't know how that thing... Oh, it's probably an artifact. Yeah, it's an artifact. Okay. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 for each aura and equipment attached to Kellen. Yeah. Kellen's kind of a backup option. It's really just kind of in there for the tutoring. Cetessin Champion. Favorite color pair is Simic, but sadly most of the commanders are boring. Yeah, I would argue that Simic in general is kind of boring. I mean, there's probably a lot of new commanders that I haven't seen, but I don't know. For so many years, it was just like Simic just like dominated the game, and I would still argue that like, you know, when you're talking about color comparisons, because like I get into debates a lot in Discord about like where mono white is as a color. And it's like, still, would you want to take your mono white deck against the Simic deck, right? That's kind of the measure. And you'll fare much better now, but you're going to need, with the mono white deck, you need to run into your really powerful pieces like Teferi's Protection, Akroma's Will, etc. You probably need the right hate bear to not let the Simic deck just run wild with whatever they're doing, and that's a whole thing. Yeah, and so like the problem too is that like the problem with Simic and just the problem with Green, in my opinion, is that like it became so easy to draw cards, and Green could already make all the mana that like Green and Simic decks kind of just turn into make all the mana, draw all the cards, play entire deck, right? And it's cool the first few times you see it, but after that it gets real old. So that's been my experience. That said, I haven't seen a Simic commander. I haven't faced one in quite a while at this point because when I was playing against mostly Patreons, right? Like people just usually wouldn't bring them for the boringness of like the Simic deck does Simic things and it's not a particularly interesting game. Or I have to gang up. You have to gang up on the Simic player. Well, here comes the Atali. Let's see how bad this gets. Three lands? Let's go three lands. Does this one hit lands? I forget how this one works. Until they exile a non-land. Nope, that doesn't work. So hopefully 3 timing spells that aren't useful to them. 4. I guess it's 4. Yep. I want to see a ranking of all color possibilities as a list and not as a tier list, just straight up numbered. What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand what. Who's Cathar's Crusade? That's not our Cathar's Crusade. They got our Teferi's protection. That's annoying. Well, guess we're not killing them this turn. That's unfortunate. Yep. There that is. And that is why you kill the Atali first, because who knows if we'll get the chance again. What we can do... I mean, if we kill that player, they lose a card. I don't know that like does a ton. Well, there's this Chandra's Ignition right here. So if we hit them for 26, yeah, then the Malignus gets really small if we do that. Okay, so what we do is we kill the middle player. And unless anything really cool comes up, I think we just sit on like Selfless Squire mana. And maybe we throw it on the Blasphemous Act just to get things out of the way. But if they didn't Teferi's protection, I would definitely just hit the Chandra's Ignition and call it a day. I can still kill Atali? No, their life total can't change. They played Teferi's protection. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh. Damage that would be dealt can't be prevented, but I think Teferi specifically says life total cannot change. Your life total can't change. Correct me if I'm wrong. That means that Malignus still doesn't get around that, correct? Because I don't think it's preventing the damage. It's literally just like... We can't be the first people to ever run into this issue. Teferi's protection and Malignus. If you hit Chandra, if you Chandra the Malignus, Teferi's protection can't stop the damage. No, I think it does because it literally says life total cannot change. Only commander damage would kill them. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Okay. Well, one person's good. Oh no, that makes our guy get small. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Well, that opponent said they had nothing. I guess we go one-on-one with this Tali. Now, the good news is that... actually, well, if they could block, and they would survive at a very low life Nope, they didn't block. Well, they could have blocked, lost all their stuff, and they would have survived at a couple life. But they decided no. Shadow Spear is fun. I don't know that we entirely need it based on what we have going. I kind of want that land. This can't be... Discard the Sunscorch Regent. I love Sunscorch Regent, but I don't think we're actually going to get really much use out of them at this point. Yeah, play the Marsh Flats. Just like having the land. Let's see. Am I more concerned about a wheel, or am I more concerned about mass artifact removal? I'm more concerned about a wheel, I think. So, play the Shadow Spear. Pass like that. Yeah, we'll just sit on it. So, we got mana for Selfless Squire, and I feel very safe with mana for Selfless Squire. Feel very, very safe. Good night, Covert. No, so the thing with Teferis is that it says your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. So, protection from everything, in theory, the damage could still get through from Malignus, I think. But I don't think Malignus is going to get through your life total can't change. Oh, his opponent just going to assault their way out here. I think so. Salt, you say? Yeah, that's what it looks like. They not doing much. Ha ha! There it is. Oh yeah, those were some glorious hits with Malignus. What was that? 3 big hits with Malignus, I think. Yeah, that was magical. With the Caduceus. First time we got that little piece to work. This is not the correct deck. Where is the correct deck? What did we just play? We played Mabel. Yeah. Hitting things with Malignus and Cragflame is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm definitely not going to play another game. I'm going to wrap this up. I'll hang out and chat for a couple minutes, but yeah, I do have to work in the morning, and another hour worth of game is going to be problematic. So, from the salty seas we rise, into the salty depths we will return. Yeah, that was satisfying. It was really satisfying. I'm still waiting for the like true one shot with Sarah Avatar or Soul of Eternity, and you just haste them out and like blast someone for like 30 or 40. Oh, that'll be a magical time. And then if things are really going well, you play an Allspine Dragon after that. Here's a card that like I think it could see, maybe not now because everything's so value focused, but like over the years, I think Thunderblust could have been used a little more than it has been. Because it's a 7-2 with haste, and so like it's just highly aggressive, and it's good for like very aggressive situations. And the persist, if it persists, it comes back. It'll be a little bit smaller, but it has trample. Just kind of like a big lopsided damage dealer that has like a little bit of resilience. The haste is nice. The trample's nice, right? It's an interesting little card. That was the most times I've seen a big dumb creature successfully hit people, especially against those and those color comp. Yeah, uh, based on just like color combos and commanders, those opponents were disgusting. It did seem like they were playing fairly chill decks, and that is sort of the problem with like the term casual, is that it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So we were probably a touch strong for what was going on at the table, but like, the one dude did lay down a board wipe, but we happened to just play the Caduceus, which I completely forgot gives us indestructible. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up there. Thank you guys for watching. I got to figure out what's going on with that Commander Mustard deck. I have no idea. So yeah, but until next time, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you again real soon.